Hey everybody, this is Andrew Boylan.
And Ian McGill.
And I'm Alex Corson.
And we are doing a commentary for the Man and Dog Christmas Edition 4.0. And before we start, Alex, I want to apologize for not spelling your name properly on this. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, man. I'm good.
Yeah, I wrote Alex Corso instead of Corson. There's an N at the end of his name. So next time we do another video and you're in it, I gotta fix that. So.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So this video came out really well. I'm really this is probably the best one I think we've done.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. This idea with the commercials literally didn't come until I think like the day before this went on the air. Like I was driving in my car, and all of a sudden I had this idea of talking about commercials from when I was a kid, especially Christmas commercials. And I thought, oh wait, we got this Christmas special coming up. Why don't I make it like it's on TV? And there you go. So that's
and you did it really, really well too.
Yeah.
It literally looks like something you'll see off of like ABC or something.
Yeah, that was the point. Like and also I didn't know how I was going to open this, so I thought, oh, put the TVG logo at the top left corner and have it look like Rudolph. You know, that'll get everybody excited.
Yep, there's the editing mistake.
Yeah.
And there's the boy, Dan McDermott.
Dan McDermott, yeah. Sadly, he's not here for this commentary. He's too busy, so... It
is a little after 7 o'clock on November 7th, 2021. And I'm
Oh, Lord, my first time on screen. Oh, just to clarify, I do not work at Wonderland Pier. I actually got invited by Ian and Andrew to help them out, and it was really, really interesting. That was my first time being in Wonderland in like, I want to say 14, 15 years. It's been a long time. And going back in there as a college student, I felt a hit of nostalgia, and I bet it was the same for so many of us, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I gotta say, Bubba still needs a lot of work, and I know the fans are saying stuff, and the problem is, there's just not enough time. There's so many other things to do, and...
We still gotta do the air shock.
Yeah, we still gotta put the air shock in Bubba's arm, and I gotta figure out what's going on with his head, get that working. We have to get, what else we have to do? Oh yeah, I gotta fix Rocky's eyes again. His eyes keep scratching for some reason. I don't know why. I thought we took care of that, but apparently not. They're still scratching, so we'll figure that out. And also, I was really impressed with those speakers. I mean, like that speaker thing, that was, I did not expect those new speakers to fit with that facade. I did not expect that. Like that actually worked out really well.
Yeah, and Ian did a really good job sewing it together.
Yeah. I mean, like when they were done, and again, it's hard to tell now because they're covered with snow right now. But next summer for 2022, and hopefully, onward, everyone will get to see the speakers. Yeah, those are the new ones. Those were donated by a friend of mine, Kenny. He's had those since the 70s, and he hasn't used them in like more than 10 years. So he said maybe they'll have a second life at Wonderland if you're looking for speakers. And I said, well, I don't know if they're going to fit. They might, because I want to use the same cotton facade, because I don't know what it's made of, and I'd rather use the old cotton facade and, have a new speaker. But he said, no, use them. They might work. So I tested them. They work, and they sound great. I mean, you guys were there. So
yeah, I was there. That was really interesting, taking off the old facade and everything. And that was new territory for all three of us.
Yeah, I remember like we were putting, and I think you captured this on camera, and that's one of the things I really liked about this one, because before, whenever we did a Christmas, it didn't matter if it was a Christmas video or if it was a normal Man and Dog video, but the fact that, Alex, you captured us doing it in action, like that's what I really liked, because we never had a cameraman to actually record the process. What we did was we would record like little bits of what we were doing, and then we would stop recording and then actually do the process and then tell you what we did, because we couldn't film and do this at the same time. But while we were doing it, you were filming us, so like that worked.
I never really thought of that. I never really did, but hopefully that will answer a lot of questions people had for you and online Wonderland and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually a quick little behind-the-scenes tip. I used an app called Rare Vision. It created the most realistic VHS capture I had ever seen. It reminded me of those times, before the digital age, it was the analog age. And it was actually my idea to shoot them in that format because Andrew's got a lot of VHS tapes involving the man and dog. And I figured, well, why not introduce the new generation what it looked like back then? And, it came out really, really well, I had to say. Now, the first day filming, I accidentally covered the microphones, which was really my mistake. I was using an iPhone to do this, and there were actually 3 microphones on my phone. There was microphones on the front where the camera is. There was one behind the camera, and there was one on the speakers, probably to create like a sense of spatial audio. So, yeah, I didn't know where the mics were, and the audio came out pretty good. Still, I'm proud of it, but I just wish I knew beforehand, really. So, but yeah, the quality came out really superb, and
Yeah, I really like it, and I know what you mean. And in fact, you can hear the microphone black out a little bit when Rocky's shoe falls off. You can hear like the audio kind of goes in and out just a little bit.
Yeah,
but other than that, that
we
was
were
the
laughing.
issue.
That's because we were laughing hysterically. This was like an
Right.
unexpected moment.
Yeah.
Now, should we talk about the clothing one of your YouTubers gave you?
Yeah, he's one of the biggest fans of the show. He's come to the pier many times, and he'll probably be there many more times.
And he had all these outfits in boxes, and he wrote "Ship to Actors 317." I think we put that in the video.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. And he said, here are some pants I have. I made eyelashes for Hank, for Bubba, and these were there in the '90s. Here it is in the picture. He's like a big fan, and I found out he's only like. He's still in high school, actually.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I was impressed. Yeah, I mean,
He's interested in working at Wonderland Pier either like next a year from now.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to work at Wonderland Pier, I encourage everybody. Come on over, man.
Yeah.
We can get more people in these videos helping us out. That'd be pretty
Make
sweet.
it like a crowdsourced project. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah, we could do that. We can all get together and make the videos and stuff. Because I know a lot of kids would love to see this and be a part of it. Hey, let me tell you something. If I was a kid and I saw someone doing this, you don't think I would want to be a part of it? Absolutely, I would. Because, I've been wanting to do this for years.
Then the history behind the animatronics makes it even more special.
Yeah, and we're finding out new things daily as we keep searching through here, because you would think we've been through everything, but take a look at the speakers. We really haven't done everything yet.
Yeah, I can't wait for the speaker part, because we had a lot of emotions running through our heads when we did that.
Yeah, and I was really impressed with the way that turned out. Now, the problem for this video was 3.0 was a real dud for me, because Ian, you weren't there at the time for that one, and neither was Dan. And I remember doing that. I was by myself. I was all alone, and it was really just a depressing time for me at the time when I did that.
Yeah.
So when I put 3.0 together, I just remember thinking, well, there's nothing else really new to bring to this. I can't think of anything. And when we came back to do this one, because originally we weren't going to be open for Christmas in 2021. We weren't gonna. There was a rumor going around that the owner wasn't sure what he wanted to do, and I kept telling management, I'm like, hey, just let me know, because I'm not making any promises we're going to have Christmas here in September or October, because if I make a promise and it turns out we're not open for Christmas, well, that's not good. And he just said, no, we'll let you know. And I literally found out in mid-October that we were going to do this. So I'm like, okay, great, because last year it was different. Last year we were that snow looks so good.
Yeah.
That looks so good. Last year we were open weekends only through September, October, November, and December. So we could only put the Christmas stuff up during the week. This year it was easier, because this year, after Columbus weekend in October, we were closed, period, until Thanksgiving. So we could do whatever we wanted to up there and leave it there for days at a time, which is what we did with this one. But my biggest worry about this was that I didn't know what else to bring to it, because it was the same stuff, and I thought originally we were going to have lights on the monorail cars and on the one that's on display and decorate that for Christmas. Maybe put some Christmas lights on the cactus next to Tony. But that was it. But you came in with the VHS camera, and we had the commercials. We made it look like a TV special. So that was what made it new, and that's what I like about this.
Yeah, it pretty much stands out from the rest of the crowd, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in this segment, I think it's coming up here soon. We were talking about that Rolex roller coaster that you you previously had for 3.0. I think this is it here. Yeah. And the audio didn't quite pick that up, but I'll elaborate here. You said that year when the roller coaster came out, there were two things people wanted that year. That and a home copy of Shrek.
Yeah, everybody wanted Shrek. Everybody wanted Shrek on either video or DVD, and I still have it on video because Shrek was the biggest thing. Next to SpongeBob SquarePants, Shrek was the biggest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
For
and people still do to this day because of the memes, but memes didn't exist 20, 30 years ago.
No, they didn't. I mean, 20 years ago, it took 10 minutes for the internet just to boot up.
Yeah.
I remember. It would take forever. Like back then, like I was 8 years old 20 years ago, okay? Back then, we had one of those white square block computers, like an old TV set. It would take 20 minutes just to get on the internet. So
it was like
exactly, AOL.
You got mail.
You got it, exactly that. And so we use the computer.
Here
computer games.
Oh my god, this is a great scene right here.
And I lost a shoe.
Yeah, this is it. Actually, I remember this. Me and Ian looked over this footage, and we were howling at that footage.
Oh, before you gave it to me when I was editing it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think that was one of the golden moments of that special when you lost Rocky's shoe.
That's why I was asking you if you were recording this, because I'm like, if you're recording this is going in.
Yeah.
It has to.
And then right before that, because of the struggle you had putting it on, you mentioned, I actually mentioned, man, this just looks like something out of the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Man, preparing to go into school is like the equivalent of going to deep sea diving. And then Ian in the footage said, I can't put my arms down.
My favorite line in that, mine and my dad's favorite line in that movie is when Scott Farkas gets to them and he goes, Randy laid there like a slug. It was his only defense.
I love that line, too. The way he delivered it was like... Yep, that's what we like to call Rocky's pirate leg.
And again, this was new for me. I had no idea that his legs had holes in the shoe, because most of the time we just took the legs off, because again, it's a 2x4, so we just took the legs off with a screwdriver or a screw gun, power drill, whatever you want to call it, and that was it. We never really took the legs off. If I did take the pants off, it never really did take the shoes off, so that was the first time that it ever happened. First commercial break. And by the way, we took these pictures while we were shooting this, and I used them on YouTube, and I'm like, no, let me use them in the video. That'll be perfect.
Home Alone 2. That was the first Home Alone I have seen.
Yeah,
I just watched that movie the other day.
That's a great movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, well, when I was picking commercials for this, I'm like, okay, I gotta pick commercials from 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe today. Like, I want it to be nostalgic, because the 90s with the man and dog, it's got to be nostalgic. It's got to be Christmas related. And I really like the way this turned out. Like, I'm thinking of doing this in future videos.
Yeah, you gotta do like a separate series, too.
Like, I'm thinking about it.
This commercial goes all the way back to the 70s.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Lionel trains.
The reason I use this one is because of the train that we have in our... it's not a Lionel set, but still, I mean, like, we have, like, I thought, let's find one with trains in it. Let's do that.
Except ours is run by batteries.
Yeah.
It's electrical.
Johnny Cash looks like Elvis a bit, don't you think?
A little bit, yes.
Lionel, the big train for small hands.
And now back to the show. Man, I love that TVG thing, because I got my new laptop and I'm able to... with my old laptop, I wasn't able to do that with the graphics.
Yeah.
But with this new computer, I'm able to do it, and I'm like, oh man, this is
Dude,
great.
it literally looks legit.
It does, yeah. Yeah, why National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation up next? I don't know. I was trying to come up with a movie. Honestly, you know why?
That was a good choice for a movie, by the way.
Honestly, I think the reason why I used it was because when you have, like, I have the Warner Brothers logo from the beginning of the movie when you hear it start, and I just put the TV PG graphic on top of it. I'm like, okay, that looks like it's on TV. I'll just use that, and that's why I used it. Like, no real reason, just it looked good with the graphics.
Yeah.
Somebody said in the comments they weren't crazy about the VHS recording, and I'm like, well, you know, I mean, like, it's something
I knew
new.
I was going to get that type of reaction.
Yeah,
I was actually kind of excited but nervous because, you know, like I said, we're going in like in a different direction with everything, and a lot of people really liked the idea.
Yeah, I liked it too because it was something new and different, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
what, yeah.
Like, maybe next year if we do 5.0, maybe we'll do something else. Like, we'll just do all HD.
Actually,
maybe a little VHS.
Actually, for 5.0, next year might be the 30th anniversary of the Man Dog.
That's true. We've been looking into a lot of things. We were going to talk about this later, but I'll tell you, we got a lot of... Ian found a lot of stuff, and we're still looking through it. And some of it I posted, like that Wonderland 1987 video. You found that. Yeah. Like, that's all you. And apparently the Frontier Express had a windshield on it. I had no idea. I've never seen pictures of that. But if you look at that 1987 footage... At the very end, you'll see a windshield on the Frontier Express trains. I was showing it to the maintenance guys the other day. We were working on the train over by the fun deck, and I showed it to them, and they were like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, even they had no idea.
This is a box.
Yeah, that's the box. Yeah, that's been sitting inside Rocky's box for since July when he gave it to me.
Yeah.
So, good news! It's official. I have the. I'm running the monorail for New Year's Eve.
Woohoo!
So
Nice.
that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line is going to go down the ramp, and it's going to stay like that for 3.5 to 4 hours, man.
Yeah, I actually got that on video when you were explaining it, but that didn't make the file cut.
Yeah, you would be amazed that we are busier on New Year's Eve than we are on 4th of July.
Really?
I know, it's hard to believe, but it's true. So I want to make sure we got brand new batteries in that train, and that train is running, which is good because I'll be able to keep an eye on it while I'm up there.
Yeah. This is a scene where you compared
he looks like
Antonio to Borla.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
Actually, one of these years you could probably get away with him making him into like the abominable snowman from Rudolph.
It's possible. I mean, the main reason why I don't want to take his hat off is because...
the way it looks and everything.
Well, that, and also the fact, Ian worked really hard sewing that on. I don't want to take it off. Like, if you take Bubba's hat off, that's one thing. That's easily fixable to put back on.
Yeah.
But something like Henrietta's hat, or Hank's hat, or Tony's hat, that's a pain. That is a pain to take. That's why I had Ian sew the back of Bubba's hat to the back side.
Right.
So that way when we take the back side off, we don't completely take the hat off. Which is good, because I knew we were going to take the back off a lot. That decoration on Bubba's hat and also on Hank's hat is actually decoration from my mom's Longer Burger collection. She has all these like baskets and stuff that she's collected for years, and she always had that sitting in our windowsill. So I've had it for a while now, and I just thought, we could use this put it around their hat instead of changing it.
Bubba's shoe.
His original boot.
From...
Yeah, 93, 94, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now you got what year do you guys think the Man and Dog got there? What are you saying? 92, you think?
92, somewhere like that, because Ian uncovered footage that was uploaded online about a couple months ago, and apparently in the footage, Ian here heard bits and pieces of the Man Dog singing in the summer of 92.
You can hear it. I thought I heard them singing like Country Roads, like very clearly.
And he actually put down subtitles as to what he was hearing. And I mean, I didn't hear it the first time, but it was one of those things I had to watch over and over and over again just to see if I could catch it. I'm starting to pick it up a bit. It was faint, but it's very noticeable.
And a loading station was on the other side that year.
And also in the footage Ian saw, there was actually a moment where you could actually see the outline of the roof of the shipping and receiving place. And he actually traced it on the... What is it called? On
Preview?
Preview, yeah.
Preview,
that's
yeah.
right.
He traced it, and we actually showed it to Andrew, and Andrew couldn't even believe what he was seeing.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't believe it, and I wish we had more footage. Like, we actually found I don't know if anybody else does this. I know Dan does this. Dan McDermott does this all the time.
He's like an archivist almost.
Oh yeah, I know he does this, but we will go on, and I wonder if anyone else does this, if fans do this or not. But we will go on YouTube and just type in random home movies of Ocean City from like 1991, 92, 93, 94, specifically the 90s, and see if we can find anything of Wonderland, anything of the Man and Dog, any shot, any frame. And we did find one video from 1998, and the guy was filming his the train leave from the boardwalk, and you can hear them sing Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, you can.
And it's from 1998. You can hear Cotton Eye Joe playing. Like, that's how loud it was. And I got to say, I wouldn't be surprised if that was me and my dad up there putting the quarters in. I wouldn't be surprised if that was us up there. I really wouldn't be.
This is an interesting part of the special, the ceremonial placement of the speakers. Mm-hmm. And that was new. And like I said at the beginning, this was really new territory for all three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking it off was a pain, too.
Yeah, I had no idea it was stapled on that well. I thought it was sewn on. I didn't think it was stapled.
The face,
and that's real dust coming up, you guys.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. And you compared it to Julie Andrews from The Sound of Music.
It was. I mean, if you watch the puppet show, and I've talked about this, if you watch the puppet show, the Lonely Goat Herd scene from The Sound of Music, there's a scene where there's 3 puppets blowing horns. One of them has cheeks going in and out of his face. It's Tony. It's Tony without the white beard, okay? That's what I think of when I see that.
But yeah, it was actually, really interesting because this was okay, he actually said in the video just now, it's like almost 3 decades of dust and fiberglass that was sitting on this cotton facade. And this is dust before I was even born.
I think before we were all born.
Before we were all born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Back in 2016, we had to do work inside the tunnel because we were building the pizza shop. And I was there when they built the pizza shop. I was helping them do that. And we had to build things running down from the tunnel where the train goes through down into the pizza shop, because the pizza shop's right below. That's where the ovens are. So we had to build stuff under there. You notice if you look up on the rock facade where the cactus is, there's a little hole put up there. They never bothered to fill that. They had to cut that hole because we had to make room for something to go through it, up through the ceiling. They still have yet to fix that. I wonder, I doubt.
Yeah, I saw the hole. Did you, Ian? The hole that's been there?
On top of the rocks?
Like
over here on this end?
No.
Yeah, there's a giant hole there. It's been there for about 5 years. I'm convinced that we're never going to fix that, but, that's all right.
Yeah, this is a part of the video right here where we were basically unearthing something we had never even seen.
No.
And this was new territory because I bet Andrew had this too when he was unloading that.
All that brown.
Look at all that brown.
It's all dust.
Goodness.
It's all dust.
It's all dust. But that's what the speaker looks like. That's what all 3 of them looked like that.
I even said that, holy moly, I never even seen what a speaker from 90s looked like.
It almost looks like a boombox from the 80s.
Yeah, that's
right. This is where we found out that they did it on the bottom, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on the bottom, yep.
They knew what they were doing back then, I bet.
They did, but those staples were rusted as can be.
Yeah, it doesn't help that you're directly near the ocean and everything tends to rust faster with the salt air and everything. But they held on pretty well.
They did. I mean, they were on there for 28, 29, 30 years?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, just about 30 years.
And that speaker, I bet, was heavy when you guys lifted that.
Yeah, well, it's not that heavy, but I was nervous about the dust falling over. You can see it fall over.
Falling
over.
I actually didn't see that until you guys pointed that out just now. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised my camera picked that up, too. There's a new speaker.
Yeah. And this was also rough because right around this time, I was in the middle of doing a movie with a friend of mine. I was in the middle of filming, or I was going to start shooting, and we had to get this done. We had to get this done by Thanksgiving, no doubt. But when you're doing this and you're also trying to make a movie, an actual quality film, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. So when we do 5.0, I'm not doing a movie.
Yeah,
next year.
And it's actually interesting productions. it took us to make this special. We actually filmed the special in like 4 to 5 days, but not 4 to 5 days straight. We only did it throughout the various weekends in November, because I'm a Stockton University student, so I had my own thing going. Ian was wrapping up his college time, and Andrew was doing his own thing. So the weekends are the best time to do it.
Yeah.
This is where Andrew makes the biggest mistake.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Now it's all over Tony's outfit after I just got it ready for Christmas.
And he...
Now you see. Now, if you look behind, it's kind of hard to tell now. But I was gonna say, like, the snow machine is turned on right now. You could see the snow falling.
Yeah, you could see it.
Yeah, but that's why we have the back LED lights turned off, because if we had them on, you wouldn't be able to see the snow falling. Because some people say, "Oh, it looks a little dark up there." Well, that's because you wouldn't be able to see the snow.
Yeah, the snow machine worked really well too. So I have to give massive props to that. A couple times when I was actually shooting this in VHS, I actually would touch the screen to make the static come up and down.
That's how you got it to do that?
Yeah,
Because I love that.
Yeah, because
It looked like the tape is about to run out. That's why when I saw that, I'm like, oh, it looks like the tape's going to run out. Let me put in that static look.
Yeah,
Where there's
I
nothing
actually
there
did that.
but
And I
static.
sent you that. Now for this scene here, I decided to shoot a B-roll of us entering Ocean City.
I just like that shot because it looks like it was filmed in like 1987 or something. You know,
Yeah.
like I really liked it.
Yeah. Now this is a footage. Now November 13th. This is day 2 of filming.
Yeah.
I actually learned a technique as to how not to cover the microphones again. So that's why at home I actually practiced holding the camera to make sure it doesn't cover it, and I did it pretty well.
Yeah.
That face though.
Yeah, these pictures came out really well.
Yeah, they really did.
Michael Jackson.
Of course, you had to include that.
Now, why this commercial? I love the California Raisins. I'm a big fan of stop motion animation.
Oh,
I love stop.
anything
yeah.
like Wallace and Gromit.
I love
Aardman
all-
animation.
Yes.
Chicken Run, all that stuff.
Oh, this scene right there made me laugh
Yeah,
so
like,
hard.
but if you look at the making of that commercial, it's out there. Like Michael Jackson literally did stuff for that commercial. It's really
he
fascinating.
actually
yeah, that's him doing
instructed the guys who made, hey, make sure my moves look genuine.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a classic.
Now this is a classic.
Yeah,
right
this has
here.
been on TV for like 30 years, this commercial.
Yeah.
You're going to have a Christmas special.
You can't have a Christmas
commercials, you have
special
to have
without the
this.
Hershey's.
Yeah, you have to have this commercial.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that one. I tried to find one with better quality. This one is one that my dad saw when he would watch Rudolph in the 60s. And you could tell just by looking at this commercial. It's from the 60s. But no, what's it called? Noelco?
Yeah, it's
Norelco?
it's Noelco.
Yeah, Norelco. Yeah,
because
they
they use Noel and Noelco.
Yeah.
and even the commercial says it right here. It's coming up actually.
Yeah.
Noelco.
Even our name says Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's a Christmas commercial that my dad remembers. This one, I don't know why I used the ginger ale one, Canada Dry. I just needed another commercial. And I'm guessing this is from the late 70s. That's what it looks like
Yeah,
to me.
you can immediately tell because
Yeah.
of the way it looks and everything.
But the reason I was influenced by this is because someone, I don't know if you've seen this, but someone on YouTube took all the Rankin Bass Christmas specials, Rudolph, Frosty, Little Drummer Boy, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and they edited in classic nostalgic Christmas commercials, and they put it on YouTube as one long 4-hour video.
That's
I saw
awesome.
that. I'm like, I got to do this with the man.
I think I remember seeing this before too, years ago.
I love how this ends, because just the way this ends, it feels like this is the commercial where you see, okay, now we're coming back to the show right after this, and then boom, there you go.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that.
This is one of my favorite things I did. I took a panoramic shot of the area that we're working in, and it made it look like a genuine movie.
Yeah. That was the other thing, like this wasn't supposed to be a movie. This was supposed to be a TV special.
Yeah, I keep
the
confusing it
point.
with TV special, movie, all that.
Yeah, no, it's fine, because I confuse that with Rudolph. I keep thinking Rudolph's a movie, and it's actually a TV special.
Yeah. And actually, while we were making this, Ian was actually telling us very interesting about Rudolph. I'll let
Oh
Ian
yeah.
do the talking.
All the voice cast for that special. All the voice. Well.
It's okay.
Yeah. How can I start this?
What?
I'm sorry.
What was it about the voice actors or something?
All the voice actors, they were all from Canada except for Burl Ives.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Another thing you told
And
us too.
The animation was done in Japan.
That I knew. I knew that. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, there's Ian Hart at work sewing together the old cotton facade.
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready to present that yet.
No, it's okay.
It's all
right. Now this thing I love because I love this 2-camera system that we got going. You got one camera down there, I got one up here, so you're able to see the same situation from 2 different angles.
Yeah,
that
I want to
love,
make it like something. I want to make it like it was like someone was operating a TriCaster. You know what I mean? And if you guys for those of you who don't know, a TriCaster is a system where it's basically like this giant board with buttons, and there are certain buttons you could do to each button you do something happens. Like one button you switch the camera angles, another moment you switch the effects, graphics, all that. I used it in high school, and it was really cool. It was actually the same one Fox News uses, MTV uses, all that. It was really cool. Hey, I got down video too of him just waving. That's very cliche of VHS tapes, especially home video. You always see someone just doing something, they turn around and just wave.
That's what I was going for, because I knew you were
smile
shooting
and wave.
video cassette.
Just smile, wave.
Yeah. If we ever do VHS again or something, well, we're gonna have to get an authentic, JVC, video cassette tape recorder. You know what I mean? Like
and
that,
they do exist.
That all our parents had when we were kids. Everybody had that in the audience at school plays. You know what I mean? Now they just hold a phone in front of their faces.
This right here is another good shot. I wanted to make it look like the magic was like unfolding in front of you.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to film that shot, and it looked really well.
Yeah, and I was a little nervous that this was going to be too repetitive. Like I've said before, there wasn't anything new here. The only new thing that we had going
was the new clothes and the speaker.
Exactly, yeah. As far as Christmas decorations go, there wasn't really anything new. It was the same Christmas stuff. And we filmed it over and over again. Like that's why I didn't film myself putting the tree up, because I filmed myself putting it up 3 times already.
So everyone
you know how the tree gets put up. You
know? You don't need to see it for a 4th time.
Oh, Andrew got pretty nervous in this footage because he was staying on wood that's like 3 decades old, and it didn't even creak.
Yeah, and I've actually done this wrong. Like, really what should be done is, I did this out of order. Like, the roof should be done first, then the pillars that hold up the roof, and then the Christmas tree. Because when you try to get in that corner, the Christmas tree is just blocking everything because it's so big. It takes up a lot of space.
Oh, this is another great shot I had.
That's a really good shot. I love how the color pops with the shipping and receiving sign above it. That looks great. And there's no filter on top of that. I just have the footage, that you get. The only filter over it is the VHS thing. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where you were talking about Rocky's eyes and all that.
Yeah, and Bubba's having issues, with his eye. I'm gonna get it fixed. I'm gonna get it fixed, you guys. Because after Christmas is done, we're gonna go up there. We're gonna take everything apart, and we're gonna cover them up with trash bags to keep them from getting dusty. And I'm taking the amp home with me. I'm taking that little amp that turns on the speakers home. I don't want that sitting up there for 3 months.
Yeah,
because I don't want the salt air killing it. I'm just going to take it home and keep it in my room or something.
Keep it, yeah. And I believe you got that amp since July or something when you were dealing with all these audio issues with the animatronics.
Yeah, because I don't want there to be audio issues next year, so I want to make sure that.
And it's a good thing you're probably doing that.
Mm-hmm. Is it me or does Rocky look like he needs new fur? His fur looks a little dry there. I don't know. It looked like it was wet and it just dried up.
Yeah, maybe it was because of the VHS quality
or the lighting. It could be the lighting.
It could be,
yeah.
Yeah, a couple, and actually here's a little behind the scenes note when I was filming this. The moment I start recording, for whatever rhyme or reason, it doesn't have that autofocus. You know how like on certain VHS cameras you could automatically focus it? Well, for whatever rhyme or reason, it doesn't do that here. So that's why some of the footage came out blurry than it needed to be. So that's why in order for me to get it blurry, unblurry I should say, I had to stop recording, let the camera automatically focus, and then record. Yeah. It was a pain in the butt, but it came out really well. I really, really did. It really did came out well, and I'm very proud of it.
We had one clip in here, and I was debating whether or not to put it in, and I decided to cut it out. But we had a moment in here, and I bet you remember this, Alex, when we had, I was painting Rocky's eyes, and you looked at him and you said, "Is it me or does it look like he's giving us an angry face?"
I remember that.
And you said, yeah, it did look like Rocky was angry, but it was because the way the fabric was lined up with his eyelids, like it looked like he was giving us an angry stare. And you said to me, "I don't think we should put that in because of the kids." And I'm like, "Oh, it's too late for that. I've already scared kids with zoot close-ups of Rocky's eyes." But I was watching it over and over again. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me take it out. That's going to freak out some kids. I don't know. Let me take it out.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe it might make like an unauthorized director's cut, maybe.
Maybe we'll throw it in 5.0 as a deleted scene or something from last year.
Yeah, probably
make
it like a deleted scene cut or something.
Yeah, if people ask, like, we want to see it, then we'll upload it, but I doubt.
Oh, this is actually a good time for me.
This
is actually a good time for me to bring this up.
Yeah, sure.
When filming was wrapping, like right before we filmed the grand finale scene, Ian was there when it happened.
Yeah.
I took all the footage I recorded from the 5 days that we were filming this into my timeline on iMovie just to see how many hours of footage we were working with.
It was like 5 hours.
It was like 4 to 5 hours of
5
footage
hours
shot.
footage.
Like the accurate number, I think it was like 4 hours and 18 minutes or something. It was right around there. And when we were filming this, Andrew even said it. If we can make this a 1 hour and 30 minute special, or maybe a 2 hour special, they'll go nuts.
Yeah, I figured everyone would go nuts because we were gonna have the what was it? Yeah, we were. I knew it was gonna be long because you just kept recording and recording and recording. Like this whole thing right here, us putting that up and moving the speaker around and me hanging the garland, we would never have filmed that. We would have just done it and then turned the camera on record and said, "Okay, this is what we did here," and we would just show you because we can't move the camera and do this at the same time because we're thinking about how the show's going to look. We can't think about it what the camera is capturing. But because you were there and capturing all this, I remember thinking, "Oh, this is great. Capture everything. Just film it all."
And actually, it reminded me of a movie that was coming out at the time called The Beatles Get Back.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this came out the same day that Get Back was released. I remember watching Get Back, and I remember thinking, "Wow, we did something just like this." You know, it was like...
It was very coincidental, too.
Yeah, it was.
It's a great documentary, by the way, but it's ridiculously long. It's like watching a Star Wars movie or something.
Well, it's Peter Jackson. You expect it to be long.
Yeah.
It was...
Now, this is a part where you gave us an educational teaching of what Slack is, because I had no idea what Slack was. So that's why it was an opportunity for me to ask you, well, what is Slack? Like, what exactly is that? And but it came out really well too. The way that you did with like Antonio.
Yeah, I actually figured out what Slack was because I work for Kenny I Entertainment. I'm a roadie for the DJ service, Kenny I Entertainment, and he. Like, every time we set wires down, we have to tape wires down and stuff, because whenever he has weddings or stuff like that, we always have to make sure everything is secure and fastened down. And sometimes Kenny will ask me, "Okay, do you have enough slack on your end? Do you need this? Okay, get rid of all the slack, hide it under the table, hide it over here." And I remember thinking, it's the same thing here with the garland, because you want to make sure there's enough slack when he moves to the left, because if he moves too far and there's no slack, he's going to pull it right off. And I'm not going to be there all the time because I'm not there all the time. And if it looks horrible and I'm not there to fix it, because the maintenance guys ain't going to fix it, they're too busy focusing on the rides. But if I'm not there, it's going to look bad, And, so we had to make it look decent enough so that we could walk away from this for a couple of weeks and still have it look good. And periodically I would go up there and just to make sure everything was still there, in its spot. And so far so good.
Yeah, and
that's
actually,
way too much.
Yeah, if you actually looked closely at the bottom left or something like that, you could actually see some of the some of the garlands swaying off Antonio's hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when the importance of slack comes into play.
Yeah. It does come off easy. The day before we shot this, on November 12th, the maintenance guys and we were getting the place ready for Christmas, and one of the guys was working on the Frontier Express loading, putting the garland on that fence, and we had some left over, and I was putting it on the man and dog's fence, and he turns to me and he goes, Andrew, no, save that for later. Let's get all the rides done first, then go over there. I'm like, dude, we used this last year on this fence. Trust me, I remember. He goes, AB, if you're working on that right now, and I said, trust me,
I have to get this done now because tomorrow I got 2 guys coming over here, so this has to be done now. So I got it done. But still, but he was really just messing with me is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't mean anything by it. He was just messing with me because here's the thing. They all know we do these videos. They know. And if they know, I know the owner knows. They don't say anything, but, I'm glad they don't.
Yeah. And they know how...
Because we did not ask for permission to do these videos. We just do them.
Yeah. And they know how special these guys are to you, so...
Oh, Wayne actually came up to me, our peer artist. He's the guy that's been there since the 80s.
This is great.
Yeah. We got a picture right here, or something like that.
Yeah, it was actually...
Yeah.
It was actually... Oh, my God.
I love that picture. I love that picture.
This is... Oh, by the way, Henrietta was Ian's prom date in high school.
But Wayne actually comes up to me, and one time I was testing them with the Christmas stuff on, and Wayne came up. He's our peer artist at Wonderland. He's been there for 30 years. He's the guy that made the shipping and receiving sign. He made the dark ride. He made the fairy tale murals out front. Like he's been there for years. And he literally came up to me and he goes, "Hey, look, it's AB and his children." I'm like, "Oh, come on, man."
The Shell commercial. I didn't even know that in the Shell commercial they sold Charlie Brown VHS.
Yeah, when have you ever heard of a gas station selling videotapes? I've never seen that in my life.
No, I didn't know that. This commercial right here, that's classic. I remember
heard of this
seeing
commercial
that.
before until I saw it just now.
Really?
Yeah, when this movie was posted.
Yeah, this was a good commercial. These are great Christmas commercials. Some of these are Christmas commercials that the Nostalgia Critic reviewed, but some of them I do remember on TV.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Blockbuster Video. Yes.
I had a couple Blockbuster Christmas commercials that I had to pick from, and I thought, you know what, this one showed the most inside of a Blockbuster, so I'm like, let me just go with this one. Because they did have another one. They also had a Showbiz Pizza Christmas commercial. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking of choosing that because it had the Rock of Fire explosion in the commercial. And I thought, nah, I like the other one with the kid. Let me get that one instead.
Actually, fun fact. The game that the woman picks out, that's actually, I recognize it from the cover. That's Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis.
It's funny because the commercial did say it was from 93, 94.
This commercial goes back to 1989.
That's when this came out?
Yeah.
Because I remember this on in like the early 2000s, this commercial.
Wow, so it must have been on countless times since then.
Yeah.
It's a very good... You can actually hear the choir sing Honey Nut Cheerios right here. Listen. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah. Here it comes, dude.
Yeah. So where did you get those decorations? Well, most of those decorations are from my house. We've collected Christmas decorations over the years, and there were times when I would just take them and use them for my bedroom, and my mom wouldn't use them anymore. So I just had them in my bedroom, and then I said, hey, we need to decorate for the man and dog, so we just use them for that. Product placement. That's the first of many product placements you'll see. And that's another thing. We did the tasty cake thing.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh, the commercial idea, that's really good. Maybe we could take the tasty cake and make a commercial out of that. Now, I didn't end up doing that. I just threw it in with the rest of the footage. But I thought, oh, that's good. Like, have that start right when the commercial break is over, and we'll do more commercials.
Yeah. Oh, and product placement alert again. Shark Death is a really good documentary for those who haven't checked it out.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Very interesting story, too.
Yeah, very, very good 20-year-long story.
Oh, this is a part where you were talking about the merch. The handmade merch the fans made.
Fans are making merchandise. Ian, you actually gave me something for Christmas. You gave me what did you make? You made a little knick-knack?
Yeah, Rocky's head.
Yeah,
that was one of my projects in school.
Yeah, Ian made me a little knick-knack of Rocky's head. What did you make that of?
It's made out of ceramic.
Ceramic, yeah, and you painted it and everything, and it looks just like
Yeah,
it looks just like Rocky's face. I'm gonna show that in a video sometime down the line. But he gave that to me for Christmas, and I remember Alex, you were there. We were asking him like, "Are you gonna make one of Henrietta and Bubba and Tony and you're gonna do that too?" And Ian wasn't sure, right? Who knows? We'll see what happens.
You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking of doing next year for 5.0, if we ever get around to it? If I get the money, I'm thinking maybe we can hang Christmas lights over the loading and unloading station.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we hang... Like, all the Christmas stuff is over where the man and dog is. Let's hang some Christmas stuff over where, you know, the monorail is. Let's hang some lights down there or something. Like, why not? Like, I never thought about doing it. I just put everything there. We also have an inflatable Rudolph in the building.
I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's pretty high
And we
up.
had an inflatable Frosty.
We have the inflatable Frosty. It's there too. Yeah, we have them both. And the inflatable Rudolph, I was talking to the maintenance guys a couple days ago, and I said, you know what we should have done? We have the Rudolph parked in a spot. This is for this year. We have it parked in a spot where if it's too windy, we have to deflate it because it just whips around. So I thought, why can't we put it up on the unloading section, fence it off, and have it look over the ramp and just move its head back and forth? Why don't we do that? And they said, oh, that's a good idea. You should have told us that, you know?
There's always next Christmas. You know what I mean?
True. There's always next Christmas.
Just now, the trick is remembering that.
Yeah, well, I won't forget that. But the question is, will they remember that? I don't think they will.
What's up, Ian?
Yeah. Now, we never put this part in, but while we were working on The Man and Dog, we were talking, Alex and I, we were talking about all these Christmas movies, all these Christmas classics.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there was ones where we talked about, you know, the worst ones we have seen.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
that didn't make the final cut, but...
No, it didn't. We had a lot of footage here where I think we had like a 10-minute clip from this footage of me talking about Channel Awesome and the Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't put this out. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you-
I wasn't degrading them. I'm not a big fan anymore, but I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in high school, I used
And
to watch
actually,
them all the time.
there was a moment when I was shooting that, I was like, wait a minute. You're making you're literally making an episode of AB in the Films.
Yeah, it did feel like that. It was AB in the Films crossed with Wonderland.
Yeah. Then there's all the rides that were covered in garland. They look nice, by the way.
Yeah. They're still covered up at the. They're still covered in garland up at the pier.
Oh yeah, the flashlight I was using, I actually got that from home. It was one of the official. I actually have a couple flashlights that were the same type police officers use, and they had a very high lumen count. And with a lumen count that high, you guys were able to do work in very tight to space places where there wasn't any light, and that was like a good thing. Like, it must have saved your sanities a bit.
So something I want to say to all the fans, what you guys just saw with all the doors closed, that's what it looks like to be in Wonderland Pier when it's closed. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Oh, this is a part
no
where
No heat. Nope. It's a giant No, because again, we were never usually open during the holidays.
Because it's a seasonal business.
Exactly. You know, you don't need heat in the building. You don't need to pay for that. So, but that's why we have all those mats at the rides right now. You stand on that and it keeps your feet warm. Or you could take it and put it on your ticket box and you could sit on it.
What were you saying,
Just what a
Alex?
lot of people
oh,
do.
no, I was just talking about the footage where Andrew almost had a panic attack with the lights. Like how one light didn't turn on at first, but then plug it in again, it worked.
Yeah, those lights hanging off the roof, we've had those for, I think we've had them for almost 10 years. I'm surprised they're actually still working.
Yeah. I think one of the bulbs blew. Because I actually got that on video. Oh, this is an interesting part of the special here.
Yeah.
Gave us Rocky and Bubba's new pants.
Now, he didn't rip those eyebrows out from a stuffed animal, did he?
He did. He said that in the comments.
I
yeah.
remember seeing that in the comments, and he was like, dude, they stick? I literally ripped them off from a stuffed animal. And I'm like, is that how you got those eyebrows?
I had no idea where he got them. I thought he made them. I didn't know. I thought like he got like a shirt or something with that material, or maybe he just bought a piece of material and just cut two rectangular pieces.
Yeah,
didn't-
I'm not surprised because that's what I do all the time.
And I
Yeah,
think,
that's what I thought he did. Yeah, because you would do something like that.
Yeah.
and I think I saw in the comments at one time that the reason why Bubba had yellow eyebrows was because it used to be it was rumored that it used to be a Mr. Munch animatronic or the King.
Yeah, I don't know if it was. I understand.
But they
why-
came out really well, too, when you put them on. They looked really nice.
Yeah, like I understand why people would think that because Munch does have yellow eyebrows. I do get that. But did the King ever have yellow eyebrows?
I
or
am
did
not
he?
sure.
I don't know if
find
he
out.
did.
I need to
Like-
find out later, but...
Yeah, I don't know if he was a Munch animatronic or not. Who knows? Maybe he was, and they changed the mask. I don't know. Yeah, Bubba's eyes look terrible. I'm gonna have them fixed. I got it. But the thing is, guys, it takes hours and hours and hours to fix it.
And he saw, and
Yeah.
you even said in the video, it would take roughly at least 4 to 5 hours, probably even more, to fix them.
Yeah, I was trying to mess around with his head and all that, before Thanksgiving when the cameras were turned off.
And even that took like 45 minutes, and I was getting nowhere with it. I'm like, okay, forget this. I'm going to wait till next summer. We'll wait till then, and we'll get other stuff figured out.
Yeah. And you'll probably do it at the time when, like, the air shocks and all that come in for Bubba's arm.
Not only that, we got to fix Hank's. Hank has an air hose behind him, and it's leaking. And I don't know why. Well, it's not.
It's been like that for like a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been like that for a few years. Yeah, but I'm gonna talk to one of the head guys there, and see if he can fix it. Because this guy can fix anything. I don't know much. I know how to adjust things. I just don't know how to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I'm there. I'm there to learn. Like I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
On how to repair and fix.
For Henrietta, I keep thinking that's like her original mask when she was first made, like the early '80s. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking.
It kind of looks like it, because I was looking... Actually, this is really interesting. During this time, right before... Actually, there was one of the days before we left for filming, I watched a Rabbit Rabbit video from 1984. Mm-hmm. And in the video, Rabbit Rabbit has a birthday party at Piece of Time Theater in the suburbs of New York City. And he actually recorded one of the animatronic shows, and I saw Helen's... When the camera zoomed into Helen's face... She looked like she had the same build, the same makeup, and everything.
The same eyebrows.
Yeah, it looked very similar.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys that bit when we're done here, but...
Yeah, because Rabbit Rabbit, the guy who played him, the guy that was responsible for him, Richard Concepcion.
Yeah, that was his name.
Yeah, he I'll tell you something. He was a great guy. Like, he would come to Wonderland Pier all the time. He sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but he would come to Wonderland... Because I've been there since 2012, okay? He would come there every year, and he would be connected to Wonder Bear's hip. Like, he loved the Wonder Bear. Like, whoever would get in the Wonder Bear suit, the only thing that the person would dread is, like, is Rich coming today? Yeah, he's going to be here. Okay, because he would always be with Wonder Bear. Even if Wonder Bear was trying to take pictures with the kids, he would still, like, follow him. But again, Rich was just a fan. He was a big fan of the Wonder Bear. And he loved this place a lot, He loved it.
Was he in a costume? His costume when he did this?
I think so.
What, in his Rabbit Rabbit costume?
Yeah.
No, he was there by himself. No, he
okay.
was there, like, in the flesh. He had someone with him, and he was a big fan of the Wonder Bear. That's the amp. That is what is coming with me when Christmas is over. Because I'm not going to leave that in there for the salt air to chip away at. So.
Yeah.
And we're also going to take the wires out as well, so that they don't...
Get corroded.
Yeah, because they will.
Take the wires out. And
like the tips will, so I want to make sure that they don't.
And also cover everyone up.
Yeah, everyone's going to get covered up with trash bags, so...
Even the what is it called? Those boxes where, like, all the coating goes into?
No, that should be fine. It's just the characters.
Yeah.
We're just going to put trash bags over them, and that's it. Just to keep them from getting dusty. That's all. Yeah, I literally ran and got an adapter and put it in, like on Thanksgiving morning. Like, so...
Actually, I was actually wondering, when did that adapter came in?
It came in on Tuesday the 23rd, and we were opening on the 26th.
And this was the day after Thanksgiving.
But this was airing on the 25th. But it was late, because it took 5.5 hours to export and get it on the air.
Oh, that's a very interesting story.
Oh,
right
I am so sorry. That took... I did not think... Look, the video turned out to be 1 hour and 36 minutes, okay? It took 45 minutes to export in iMovie. So I'm thinking, okay, it's probably going to take 1 hour to upload it to YouTube.
And boy, you were wrong.
Well, here's what happened. We had a little issue with that. One of the commercials I had throughout this was a commercial for Get Back on Disney+. And while that was going on YouTube, it said it was going to take 2 hours, and then it said 3 hours, and then 4 hours. And I'm like, you know what? If this doesn't go through, because I have that commercial in there and it says it's blocked for copyright, I better have a backup video and take those commercials out just in case. And I was right. That's exactly what ended up happening.
And I even actually kept track of the time frame. The video was done 2 p.m. Thanksgiving Day, and you started uploading it.
Yeah.
And then the upload had progressed throughout the night, and then up until midnight when the whole blockage occurred. So he actually had to upload the video again at midnight, and it was up by 5, 6 in the morning.
I remember seeing that commercial.
Oh, this commercial.
That's a classic.
That goes back to 1996.
This one I love. I found this on YouTube, and I'm like, this is the perfect Dunkin' Donuts Christmas commercial. And we talked about this in the Christmas parade video on the float. If you listen, I'm talking about Dunkin' Donuts because there was a Dunkin' Donuts right across the street from our float.
I'm like, well, if you ever go to the Dunkin' Donuts, let's get those candy
It's a
cane
Christmas
donuts or whatever.
It's actually a Christmas tradition of me and my family to get Dunkin' Donuts Christmas morning.
That is so 80s. That sleigh with reindeer.
This
showbiz.
commercial.
Yeah, I had to use... Guys, it's a man and dog video. We have to have Rocket Fire Explosion in here somewhere. I'm like, look, we got commercials. How can we not pass up on advertising the Rocket Fire Explosion?
And actually, this is really interesting. We actually had a watch party the day after Thanksgiving when all three of us came over and watched this. Mm-hmm. And when that commercial came on, I actually asked Andrew off camera, was there a Showbiz Pizza around here? Because I've been to Chuck E. Cheese's, but I didn't even know if there was a Showbiz.
$2.99 with any large pizza.
Yeah, you can tell this is... no way today, man. No way.
It's got to be at least $20.
Oh, yeah.
I had to put this in. Anything with the... I'm like, there's got to be Simpsons Christmas commercials out there somewhere. These guys have done commercials for everything.
I love The Simpsons.
TGI Fridays.
Who doesn't? Well, I love The Simpsons back then, so...
Bring your families.
Yeah.
Who cares about them?
Who cares about them? Give me! Oh, there goes the microphone.
There goes
No,
the
we're
microphone.
All right. We're all right. We just dropped the microphone that we're recording this on. We're okay.
Offer not available for cartoon characters.
No!
Technical glitches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember getting those on VHS tapes.
Now, there's one thing I want to say here. So, people watching this video are thinking to themselves, so wait a minute, one commercial break, it's in theaters, now all of a sudden it's on video. That quick, huh?
Yep.
Like-
Dude, actually, how long do movies stay in theaters until they get home?
Back then, it used to be 6 months. Ian, what were you going to say?
One thing about Home Alone 2. The bird lady, the pigeon lady.
Yeah.
She was actually a school teacher, and when I was in my art class, one of my classmates, she actually had her as a math teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Brenda Fraker?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That commercial, actually, from the Home Alone tapes, that's actually from the Home Alone 3 VHS opening.
That was the only good thing about that.
Because I have Home Alone 3. I like people are mixed about Home Alone 3.
Is a mixed movie.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like it as much as the first two, but I think it's good.
I think a lot of people can agree that the terrorist plot of the story was ridiculous.
A little bit.
Now,
Yeah.
what was that movie about? I mean, that was like...
The third one?
Yeah, was that like later on when Kevin McAllister like got older or something?
Did you ever see Home Alone 3?
No, I've never seen
Oh,
it.
you never saw... Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. Home Alone 3 has absolutely nothing to do with Home Alone 1 and 2. It's a completely different cast, completely different story. The only thing that's the same is it carries the title Home Alone, and John Hughes wrote it. That's it.
Oh.
That's it. It's completely different. That's why a lot of people aren't crazy about it, because there's no Kevin McAllister. There's none of the original character. There's no connection at all. And also, they have the traps at the end of the movie. That's it. But every Home Alone movie has that.
Yeah.
But if you want to see a really bad Home Alone movie, watch like Home Alone: The Holiday Heist. A lot of people don't like Home Alone 4. I have a soft spot for it because I kind of like it. I know it's bad, but...
Oh, this is a part where, like, someone mentioned you something about cross-wiring and all that.
Yeah, that's how you get the functions to work. That's how you get the head to go up and down, the mouth to move. You just take one and pop it into another one. But, you know, guys, there's so many holes on that back and so many wires. You're going to be clicking wires together for hours, and if you have the wrong connection, you don't know what you had it on before, so then you're never going to get it back to what you had, so it's hard to remember. That's why I said it takes hours and hours to fix that out. Like someone was saying, Henrietta, you know, her wires are wrong and you got to fix it. I'm like, dude, if it's working, I'm leaving it alone. Okay?
Yeah, you know what I just thought of?
Yeah.
It's
no disrespect, but it takes forever.
Yeah,
so.
it's an ancient quote. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
You know what I just thought of? When we all knocked over the boom mic, you know what that reminded me of?
What?
Like in Fantasia, when one of the they almost knocked over the two bells, I think.
I never saw Fantasia, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a Disney fan. I've never seen it. That's one Disney movie I've never seen.
What about Fantasia
one of the-
2000? I remember
Never
watching
saw that either.
Oh my goodness.
Never saw it. There are a lot of Disney
It
movies
was
I've
Disney's
never
way
seen.
of celebrating the millennium because it came out in 2000.
Yeah,
actually-
yeah.
And it was on. I think it was in
it
IMAX
premiered
theaters
in
across-
December of 1999, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The part where when I was showing you guys just how it was so badly rusted and everything, it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, I figured the reason why we have the speaker on the trash can is because it was a lot easier. Originally, we had it on the box, and I thought, if it's going to be dusty, you might as well just keep it out off the stage, put it on top of the trash can anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the same exact one. Like, you would have never have known that that's a completely different one. Now, I had the Actors 317 logo at the bottom to make it look like it's on television.
It's on television.
Yeah. I tried to Photoshop out the white rectangle around it. Like, I just wanted the circle that says Actors 317.
To make it look like an ABC
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And also kind of like half faded out, so it kind of looks like it's invisible a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have time to fix it, and because the video was running late. But this thing took a while to upload, and then thankfully I had the backup without the Get Back commercials in it. But still, it didn't get up until like 3 o'clock in the morning after Thanksgiving. Like, I was having Thanksgiving dinner outside of my house. My parents, my aunt, and myself, we all went out to Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm checking my phone every 20 minutes, and like 3 hours it was supposed to be up, and it's not up yet, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I gotta get home. I gotta figure out what's wrong with this thing.
Yeah.
Now, this is where Rocky had the angry eyes, because I was painting his... Yeah, because what made it creepier was that you had your flashlight on him, and he was giving us that look. Yeah, like right here, like in that area somewhere. Like, okay, you see how his fabric goes over his eye a little bit? Kind of looks like he's angry?
Yeah.
Now, when I move his pupil looking front, it looks like legit, like he's mad or something at us. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to put that in.
I thought Rocky was going to go full Five Nights at Freddy's mode at us.
I never cared for that game. So many kids love that game. I never cared for it. To me, whoever invented that game...
His name was Scott Cawthon when you made that game.
I was going to say, like, whoever invented that game must have been petrified of Chuck E. Cheese animatronics when he was a kid.
Actually,
that's the only reason I could see that game existing.
Well, this is actually really interesting. When he's a game developer.
Yeah.
Right? And there was a game he made called Chipper and Sons Lumber Company and all that, and the way he animated the movement, it was like animatronic like he didn't have enough animation to make it very smooth, and that's why people were petrified of the animation, because it reminded them of the animatronics. And Cawthon was very distraught and thought about quitting the game industry, but then he realized, wait a second, I can make a horror game out of this. So he came up with the Five Nights at Freddy's thing, and that's how it was born.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, this was very interesting, the whole paint thing. I like to call that the Bermuda Triangle of paintings, because it does look like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, you got the original. And it's funny, in the 2005 footage, you can see the stage when it was all wood, because they didn't paint it yet. So even in 2005, you can see. And by the way, no, I have footage inside the tunnel. I know a lot of people want to go inside the tunnel. They want to see what it looks like in there. I always wanted to see what it looked like. You should see how many kids, like, because I've been on monorail unloading when they get off, because we have a ride operator that gets people off the train. When I get people off the train, so many kids are so upset that they don't go behind the man and dog or go through the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And they would say, we want to see the tunnel, we want to go in. And we're like, nah, can't go back there, sorry.
But it's actually really interesting to note. There used to be, and actually, this is something I didn't even know until you told me.
Yeah.
There used to be a shower and a bathroom inside the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, we used to have a shower in there, that's right, yeah.
And I heard this, I'm like, what?
Yeah, we used to have a bathroom in there. We had everything. Because, okay, I started working there in 2012, okay? Summer of 2012. Now, when
right there.
Now, when we... Here's what happens, though. When we start, we have a day shift and a night shift. When we go into night shift, everybody has to change from their day shift uniform to their night shift uniform. And the guy who was running personnel, I won't say his name here because I haven't asked permission for him to be in this, but he would go, I remember running the monorail, and he would go through the tunnel, and he would tell me, he's like, Andrew, don't push any trains until I say it's okay, because he would have to walk through the tunnel. So he walks through the tunnel, he would tell me, okay, it's okay, you can keep the trains going. And he would get a shower and change, because, it's hot during the day in the summertime. He would get a shower back there in the bathroom, change into his night uniform, and he would walk right out of the tunnel. And he did that a lot, and then eventually they took the whole bathroom out of there. But I thought that was convenient there. You got a bathroom back there, you got a shower back there. That's nice.
Yeah, especially if you're working in like humid heat and days where it's like
exactly
almost like
yeah.
There were days I actually work at the boardwalk as well. I work at Jilly's Arcade. Thank God the place is air conditioned, because there were moments where I can feel your pain because on
Yeah.
some days it felt like I was traversing through the Sahara Desert. It was because we get really, really hot summers at the shore.
Absolutely, yeah. Like when you're a maintenance guy and you go in there at 9 o'clock in the morning, you start sweating by 9:30, and we don't open till 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And by the
this
time
was-
1
was
o'clock
the
comes
moment
around,
of
you
truth
want to get a
there.
shower, because you're sweating.
Oh, that was the moment of truth moment right
Yeah,
there.
this was good.
You were literally like, yes.
Yeah, I was excited to hear it because this was the first time we were testing them out on camera.
So I'm just asking you this: what would have happened if you got the wires wrong in the speaker? What would have happened?
Either it probably wouldn't have played or I wouldn't have felt comfortable with it. So I just double check. Again, I don't know much about wiring, but I figured if black goes to black and red goes to red, I want to double check that and make sure. So that's why I did it. So at least I know it's wired in properly.
Yeah, apparently the paint didn't work, I think. Because, actually, I do remember. You took the paint out of the thing, but you didn't have, something very, very thick to mix it, because it was, liquid. And I actually got this on camera, too, but we didn't get the file, but it didn't make the file cut. I actually walked through the entire pier to where the carousel was, and there was, cardboard boxes, so you basically ripped out a piece of cardboard and mixed it.
Yeah, because I couldn't get, okay, usually when I pull the paint out, I have to have something to stir the paint because it just sits there in those little cups for months and months and months, so you got to stir it up when you use it. Now, I don't want to go down to Wayne's shop and get a stirrer, so usually I'll just go to the pizza shop and get a plastic knife and stir it with that. Now, the pizza shop was locked and closed, and my key wasn't working during this time, remember? I had to get my key fixed. So, finally...
Day 3 of filming.
Yeah, day 3. So finally, I got my key fixed, but we couldn't get in the pizza shop, so I just grabbed a piece of cardboard from the box and wrapped it around and used that as a paint stirrer.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
This is the footage where Ian came up with a very interesting idea.
Yeah, and I remember thinking this was a good addition. This was good because I was looking for stuff to make this one stand out. Again, we didn't have the commercial idea. We were filming it with VHS, but we weren't going to get the lights for the monorail train this time. And Dan wasn't going to make it. We were trying to get him on. We ended up getting him on the FaceTime, yeah, because I was trying to bring him up here to get him to make a cameo in this. But that train was a nice addition, because originally we were thinking of putting it around the tree.
Yeah.
But I just remember thinking, how are we going to keep the kids away from that? How are we going to... Because I know kids duck under that chain all the time. I see it happen a lot.
Yeah, putting it around Hank's barrel was really, really cool.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to fit, but it just made it around, which is good.
Yeah. And Ian even said in the video, it's basically designed to fit around a Christmas tree.
Yeah, on New Year's, when I go up there for New Year's Eve, because I'm going to be there New Year's Eve running the monorail, I'm going to make sure we got you gave me the new batteries, I think, right?
Yeah, there was a couple days ago.
Yeah. So I'm going to put them in and make sure the train's running, because we're only open for 3 hours, so that should be plenty of time.
Yeah. And this was also really interesting too, because I never even heard of a train that's operated via a remote.
Yeah, I thought it was an on or off switch. No, there's a remote to it. I didn't
There's
realize
me.
that. Yeah,
I look like Kevin from The Office.
Now-
I had people on the internet making comparisons at one time. Not on this channel, but on the other channel that I'm also involved with.
Now, we were talking about the Rankin Bass videotapes that we used to have while we were working on this. Like you mentioned, you had the Little Drummer Boy 1989 VHS, and I'm like, well, what was on the 1993, 1996 VHS tapes? Because this is the version I have.
That's the 1993, right?
That's the 93 and 96.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the same cover.
I was watching that earlier today. Santa Claus is coming to town on Freeform.
Yeah, because all these videotapes that you're seeing, all five of these tapes I have. Like if you watch AB in the films, they're on the video shelf behind me.
I think I used to have that.
I have that. I have all 5 of these. Yep.
Still have that.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm like 5 years old when I watched this commercial. Brings back so many memories.
Yeah, this is stuff my grandparents saw when they were in college or something.
This commercial, I remember. I was like 9 years old watching Nickelodeon. This is like 2002.
I think I saw this commercial at one time too.
Yeah. This is this is early 2000s. This one,
Because I remember that snowman looking like Elvis and singing Blue Christmas. That's all I remember from this commercial. There it is.
When I first saw that thing, I was like, I really hope Andrew doesn't get copyright strikes because this is copyrighted music in this commercial.
But it's public domain.
Well, I did
most of it.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't get a strike for that, but I did get a notification for that.
Really?
But hey, the video's still up, and that's all that matters. Oh, man, this really gets you in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
All these Christmas commercials. You know what? I think when we do 5.0, I think this is going to be the new norm. We're going to do 5.0. We're going to have these Christmas commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so many other Christmas commercials out there that we didn't use.
Dude, if you think... Dude, there's just as many Christmas commercials as movie specials.
Right. Like maybe we should ask the fans... Maybe we
placement.
should ask the fans which Christmas commercials they want to see, you know?
Oh, this is the pot placement.
Yeah, here we go. I've eaten like 3 boxes of those since we filmed this. We'll maybe have one more before Christmas.
No.
I love these. Dude, every year I eat those for Christmas, and it is so good.
They are good. What were you going to say, Ian?
When I visited my Nana's house when I was little,
Yeah.
She had a VHS tape of all these Christmas specials. They were actually... She recorded it from when they were on CBS.
Oh, really?
Like 1997.
Oh, whoa! Like,
Yeah.
with all the commercials intact?
Yeah.
Oh, we got it. Oh, any chance we can get them? Maybe we can upload some of those, like the commercials.
I actually found the exact capture of when that aired on YouTube. The same exact day like she had. She recorded it.
With the commercials and all?
Yeah.
So it's already on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, we don't have to upload it then. Yeah, those ornaments came out really well.
I like
you have another ornament. You have a Wonder Bear ornament you showed me.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had that until my mom found it.
Like, oh man, I wish we could put that on the tree.
Yeah, that caught me completely by surprise.
I didn't even know either, and I said I have to put that on the tree because of that video.
You know, it's really sad. This is the only time you will ever get to see it look like this.
Yeah. And actually, this is a part where I recognized that my flashlight was on, so I turned it off just to get that full effect of what it looked like in the dark.
Yeah, like when we went up there to film the finale, you know the big ending for this video, because I was trying to figure out what we were going to do for the ending. We were trying to figure that out.
Oh, that's a great shot right there.
That is a great shot. I wanted to start it off with all the lights off and just the Christmas lights on, because when we're open, all the lights are on, and you're never going to get to see it look like that. The only way you'll see it like that is if A, you worked there, or B, you watch the video, because you're never going to see it live, you know.
Is the mic even on still at this point?
Yeah, it's still on.
Oh, okay, good.
It's okay. If you hear that dinging, it's like it's a clock going in the background or something.
Oh yeah, that's the clock. Yeah,
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's you guys working on the second speaker.
Yeah, I love that you're filming it like this. Like it really does look like a documentary. And here I go again, my hand caught in the cookie jar.
Oh my goodness, this part. Of course, you had to include Wayne's World documentary.
Yeah, Wayne's World. Excuse me, baking powder.
I'll never bow down to any spot. Sure, holds up a can of Pepsi and drinks it, and then there's Doritos, Tom Willock's watches, that sort of deal. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't even know about this until you were telling me. Those like big, huge disco lights that you guys used to have.
Yeah, we used to have different lights. If you look at the picture, even if you look at the footage from 1996, because it's out there, you'll be able to see different lights that we had in the rafters, you know? Okay, I just got off the phone. I was trying to call Dan McDermott. He's not picking up the phone. Trying to get him in on this commentary.
Oh my god, that will be another Stan Lee epic cameo right there.
Like we got him on the phone in this. It only seems worthy to get him on the phone for this. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that would be awesome if you did that. I think actually, I used to work at Julie's T-shirt factory. I think we had those lights that you were talking about, those big, huge disco round warehouse lights.
Yeah,
we actually have them in the store.
Really? You still have those?
Yeah, I think they were LEDs, but
that's what I was gonna say. Like, are they LEDs or are they different? Yeah.
They look like they're LED, but you know.
Yeah, that worked out really well. I was gonna have the Polar Express music playing, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to risk it.
Copyright music.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk it. But
Yeah, YouTube is like, I've been hearing a lot about YouTube's very strict copyright.
they're getting stricter and stricter. Like I'll tell you, 15 years ago, you could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, you
15 years ago, you could do whatever you wanted, and then all the ads came along, and they
The monetization.
yeah, they took it all away.
Yeah.
They took all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
I remember back when YouTube was like this really cool underground thing that not too many people knew about, and it was a really cool thing. And then you started seeing it in movies and television, and you're like, oh, now everybody knows about it. Oh,
Funny story about that train.
Yeah.
I dug that train out of my attic, and it's been in there for like about, I guess, 14, 15 years.
Oh, really?
and it still works, apparently.
now, Ian, that was your idea for the music, the banjo music that we're
Oh,
hearing.
yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of good comments on that, about the music, because that it fits. And I think one of the fans wrote one word, banjo music. Something like that.
Like, what's, you know,
Yeah, you could tell that the music choices Ian made here were very heavily influenced by Splash Mountain.
yeah,
Disney.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone
Yeah.
recognized the music.
And actually, this is very interesting. Ian, would you mind telling them what you have?
What
He actually has blueprints.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you showed me that the other
Yeah.
day. You got the original blueprints of Splash Mountain, right?
Yep.
Nice. Not copies, people.
The original handheld.
Yeah, I don't
prints
think it would be
were-
making copies of that.
No. I mean, that's a given right there.
Yeah. And they're big, too. They're not like little papers. No, they're like huge. They're like as big as like a carpet, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the scene here where we're testing out the new speaker, and it worked just as well as the other one.
Oh yeah, that sounds perfect.
Another big thing people said too is that the bass sounded really well too.
It does sound good. It does. Hot dog.
Let me tell you something. The more time I hear the man dog, the more and more like times I repeat the saying. Oh, speaking of that, this is actually a good time to bring this up. Last night, I think it was like a couple of nights ago. Oh, you okay?
No, the microphone keeps shaking. I don't know why. Why is it shaking?
Probably the floor's been a bit unstable. We're actually doing this at my friend's house, so
Yeah. We tipped the microphone over. We have the microphone sitting on a boom pole, and it's tied into a rocking chair. so we're trying to make sure it doesn't fall over.
Yeah.
here comes our first blooper of the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, Rocky's hat falling off. It hasn't fallen off since, so that's good.
I didn't bother sewing it back because I didn't know if you wanted to take the back of the head off to get it in there for any reason.
Oh, right. No, because I already painted the eyes, so there was nothing more I was going to do with this. At least not right now.
Yeah, we tested them out just to make sure that the animatronics weren't hitting the tree, which
Yeah.
it didn't, fortunately.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So, I think it was like December 3rd or 4th, one of those days. I got stuck on the Doom Buggies. And and I'm running it, and I look up, and there's this family that walks up there, but they don't go to the train. They walk straight ahead. So I'm like, okay, they're going to see the Man and Dog. They're playing them constantly. And I look up, and I can hear them, and the dad looks down at me, and he's looking down at me, and he's pointing at me, and I'm like, okay, they're fans. Absolutely, they're fans. Absolutely. So then, like, 25 minutes later, they come down, and I met him, I guess his wife, and I guess their friends or something, but they all had kids. And one of the things they told me, and I was shocked by this, they said every morning before we go to school, we have to watch a Man and Dog video. Every morning before we go to school. And I'm like, really? You guys love it that much?
So for
and they
them-
go, yeah, we really like the videos. And I'm like, well, that's awesome. That is fantastic to hear.
Oh, actually, the moment I was introduced to the Man and Dog, and then I saw like the videos and the fan base and all that.
Yeah.
I like to call the Man and Dog an animatronic band that has developed a cult following.
Oh, that's true. That is absolutely true, because I thought I was the only one. I didn't know other people like this. I saw the Rockafire Explosion documentary, and everything those guys were saying about the Rockafire, I did with the Man and Dog. And I'm like, I did the same thing. I drew pictures of them when I was a kid. I would make little dolls like them and dress them up. And I'm watching all these YouTube videos. You know, I've seen YouTube videos of kids making their actual puppets out of the man and dog. I've seen video. You sent me a video the other day.
Ian found it, actually.
Ian found it. Yeah, we're not going to say the name or anything because we don't want to give names away. But I saw this one video. One of them's imitating the man and dog,
Oh, yeah.
like in his bedroom or something, and I'm like, I did
that up.
like I did that when I was a kid. Like I can't believe I'm watching kids do this because I did this when I was their age. Like it's amazing.
It was like passing the torch from one to the
I
other.
know, it's like so cool. Now, there's a little story behind this right here. We didn't film this because you got nervous recording this. Getting up there, okay, yeah, see where my foot is on that rock? That's why that rock is built in. You're supposed to stand on there when you're climbing up. Getting down from there is a trip. It's very, very tricky, especially with that monorail train sitting there because you can't get the ladder back there.
Yeah, I didn't get the whole thing because I was trying to help him.
You guys were
You
nervous.
sat on a rock, you reach your legs out for the ladder, and then...
It took him like 15, 20 minutes for him to get down.
Yeah, like I almost hurt myself getting
Yeah.
down. That is extremely dangerous getting up there. And
Yeah.
you cannot grab onto that cactus. That cactus
Like,
is
the cactus
loose.
is loose.
You cannot grab
There's
onto that
Dan
thing.
McDermott.
I mean, like, it's not loose like it's going to fall over, but grabbing onto it to hold onto it for a grip, no. Like, that's not safe.
No. There's Dan McDermott.
Dan McDermott, we had to get him. He's no longer employed with Wonderland. He says he'll come back. I don't think he will.
No,
he has,
I mean,
he has other avenues
He's a
he wants.
manager at a grocery store.
Yeah, he has other avenues he wants to pursue. And look, you know, if he ever comes back for like a video or something, like if he has time, yeah, we'll put him back in another video. I'm just happy we got him here in this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he picked up. You know, he's a very busy guy.
Yeah.
And the fact that he picked up the phone, like I was like, yes, thank you. We have the camera. We can get him in this video. Yeah, this came out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems enthused.
Yeah.
That train, dude, that train was such a great idea. I love that.
Would have been better if it still worked sound, but I mean, they wouldn't hear it anyway.
Right. But we're going to have that running for New Year's. Because I'll be up there. Because I got confirmation that I'm going to be running the monorail for New Year's Eve. So that'll be good. Because most of the time they won't give me an answer because they got to mesh it up. But for New Year's, because it's going to be a busy night, they're like, no, we want you to do the monorail because you know what you're doing. So I said, okay, great. The thing that stinks is that I won't be on monorail unloading, so I won't be able to chat much with people. But, hey, if you guys come to the pier on New Year's Eve and you get in line, I'll say hi, you know.
Seinfeld.
Had to use this one. Festivus.
Actually, Festivus is 2 days from recording this.
That's right, the 23rd.
It's a Festivus
for the rest of us. And at the Festivus dinner, you gather your family around and tell them all the ways they have disappointed you over the past year.
And afterwards come the feats of strength.
I got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about them.
You, Kruger, my son tells me your company stinks.
Oh, God, no.
Actually, update, Seinfeld's now on Netflix instead of Hulu.
It's all we watch anymore on Netflix. Even though I have all the DVDs, we still watch it every night on Netflix.
I actually started binging in October, and I got to season 2.
It has the shape of the Christmas tree. I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Day 4 filming. Day 4. This was, I believe, the final weekend before Thanksgiving when we were filming this.
Hey, I just thought of something. Call me crazy, but you see the roof on monorail unloading? It's kind of hard to see it now, but the roof. Okay, the roof on monorail unloading. What if we Clark Griswold that?
Oh my goodness!
For 5.0, let's do that.
What, have covered the whole thing in lights?
Well, it's gonna be hard to do it because I don't know how we would get up there. But can you imagine if that was Griswold? That would be great.
Actually, or better yet, build a dummy, make him like Clark Griswold, and just have him hang out the window, or have him just
Maybe we'll have lights just dangle on over the shingles like we did on the shipping and receiving roof, because that we can do.
Yeah.
But I was thinking we could really Clark Griswold that thing up. But look, you see where it says PM, like right over by the exit? Well, you can't see it now, but right there is where I was thinking of putting the Rudolph inflatable, the giant one. If we can fit it there, and if it's tall enough.
I mean, you have a pretty big unloading platform, so you probably might be able to get away with it.
Right,
Not only that, the distance between the floor to the ceiling is high enough.
Right, and one more thing. You see how the trains are pushed out onto the track?
Yeah.
That's because the electric is turned off because the doors are closed. The electric's tied in with the door. But I had to push the trains out of the way because you can push them. You can push them forward with the electric off. You just can't pull them back. But I was pushing them forward because I needed room to get back there to put the ladder to hang the lights off of the roof. Because I had to get, the train was in the way.
Oh, and actually, I'm surprised you actually forgot to mention this. I actually remember now. You guys used to have the tall ladder, but one of the workers accidentally broke it.
Yeah, I don't remember that. See, I've been away for a while, and they told me, they were like, oh, you mean like the 8-foot ladder, the tall yellow one? I'm like, yeah, where is it? I use it all the time up there. They said, oh yeah, it broke. And I'm like, come on, guys. Come on.
And that made the job hanging up that area a bit more dangerous.
Yeah, they gave me the 6-foot ladder, and I'm like, this is the tallest one we have. I gotta really like stretch it up there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm tall, but I mean, like that got really. I was on like the second to the top step, about to fall over. Like that was very hazardous doing that.
This was a part where like we were talking about like getting the video up Thanksgiving Day, and on that day, you haven't started post-production on editing the thing, so...
Yeah, I literally started editing this like 4 days before it was supposed to air on the 25th. It didn't end up going up until the 26th at like 4 in the morning, but
due to the
still...
upload issue.
Due to the upload issue, that's true, yeah. But I had, like, I remember like the day before Thanksgiving, on the 24th, it was nothing but throwing the commercials in there, getting the commercials in there, and editing the ending. Because the ending, I don't know if you noticed, the ending did require a little bit of editing. Because we had to shoot like it from different camera angles, and also we meshed together. I know the fans already know this because they know the show backwards and forwards, but we edited the end of Country Roads right after Rocky Top because they say the dialogue afterwards because we needed Ian playing the banjo.
Right.
Yeah.
This is me.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, there they are. Really, yeah.
This was 99.
1999.
Was in the 90s.
That was 99, yeah. It matches.
Yeah.
Same color scheme and everything.
Now, if you notice, Bubba's eyelid is cracked a little bit there, so I gotta repaint that.
Yeah.
For next year, for 2022. But I really love that snow machine. That snow machine was a really good idea. That really worked out.
This was a part where I noticed that in addition to the snow, there was also like those really tiny red and green dots.
Yeah.
I didn't even saw that until like I saw it.
It's supposed to look like frostbite a little bit. Because, like, when you look at snow, you can see, like, little crystals in the snow.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it's supposed to be. Because it's supposed to be for the front of your house, that thing.
Mm-hmm. It worked pretty well, though.
It does work, yeah.
Yep. I wonder how long it took for Ian to sew that on.
Oh, it took quite a bit.
Yeah.
Probably a couple hours for each one.
To sew what?
The yellow eyelashes on Bob.
Oh, not on Bob. I thought you were talking about the speakers.
Oh.
Oh, that
you can
took
do
a
both,
while,
like-
yeah.
It took like a good 30 minutes to put the eyelashes on.
Yeah. And I actually was there. I actually timed it. I think it took Ian like almost 2 hours, I think, to put the sewing fat stuff back on the new speakers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It took a long time, but
it's worth it.
It was anything for the art, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, editing this part was like really this was one of the last things that was edited before the video was complete, because at this point I had the commercials in, I had the ending finished, but I was trying to get from where I was in the video to the ending. So this stuff I just took like the bare minimum because I just wanted to get this done and get it out there. So I was just like taking like little bits of the last minute stuff that we did with the snow and all that and just threw it in. And I really like that shot that we got with the train going by, like the close-up when they're singing Rocky Top.
Yeah, you guys will see
that. That looked really good.
You guys will see that in a bit.
Yeah, that worked out really well. The candy canes look great. Oh, cover up that paint. There's paint that is holding up the candy cane. Cover that up. I believe it's covered up now, but...
Yeah, before we got to that part, Andrew actually visited a local hardware store, and he thought he needed more buffalo snow because he thought he didn't. Well, he had a big trash bag full, but he didn't know what if he had enough.
Actually, reminded me back in 2019 when we were putting buffalo snow on the stage. We realized we didn't have that much. So Andrew, you had to go all the way to True Value in Summers Point and bring some more back to the pier.
I had to go back there, yeah. But the good news is my dad was working there at the time, so I was able to get a discount. So that worked out. But
Oh, really?
yeah, that worked out. He doesn't work there anymore, but I bought one more extra batch of snow because I had a feeling we were going to use it. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. Yeah, we put some snow back there too.
Yeah.
If I had it my way, I would cover up the entire stage. But I don't trust that stuff over the wires.
Yeah.
If they
it's
get
a fire
hot.
hazard waiting to happen.
Yeah, I don't trust
Speaking
that.
of fire hazard, originally Andrew had an idea of putting Christmas lights on Henrietta's hands to make it look like she's decorating a tree.
That's right. Yeah, I was going to have the lights come off of the plant and onto her hands, but depending on how long the lights were going to be on, because again, I'm not there all the time throughout December. New Year's Eve I'll be there, and I was there this past weekend, but when you have that plugged in for a long period of time, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I had to wrap Hank's cable around the air tube so that it wouldn't be lounging over the train when the train goes around it. You know, so I had to like wrap it around to hold it up. So now when the train goes through, the little model train, it won't hit the wire. This is beautiful. This I love.
Yeah, this might be. Yeah, this is the only time you can see it.
See it like this,
See
yeah.
it like that. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
this,
in HD.
Now this part right here, this actually reminded me a little of the G-Boys Christmas Wonderland animated Christmas.
I used to
that I
love going to G-Boys when I was a kid. You'd always see that Winter Wonderland animatronic show.
Yeah, well, they have it at Cherry Hill and
I didn't know they moved to Cherry Hill. They were always in Marlton, where I used to live when I was a kid. So I didn't know. Yeah, I had no idea they moved. I thought they went under.
Yeah, I got Santa to be in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually took the time to fly here from the North Pole and be in.
He knew we were making a video. He wanted to come.
Yes.
Yep. They were Santa knew his currency.
Santa could have hit the button, but nope, he wanted to put the dollar in.
Yep, an act of generosity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was on tune.
Oh, that was perfect, yeah. Now, Rocky's mouth. Here's the thing, you guys. His mouth's moving a lot slower. I did that on purpose because when his mouth moves really quickly, it hits the bandana. And look at Hank's mouth. Hank's mouth is getting a little loose there because our guy that used to work on them before I started working on them told me it's usually not a good idea to have the mouth open that wide because what happens is the mouth gets discombobulated and it gets ruined. Look at Bubba's jaw. His jaw got loose and it doesn't close all the way. Even though I pushed the screw back in, it still doesn't close all the way. It should close more. So I'm trying not to... See, look, you can see Hank's jaw wobble a little bit when it goes down. So you really don't want that. I know it looks better when the air hose is open wider because their mouth, they look more alive, but it actually is going to cause problems down the road. So it's always good to have them like halfway open instead of all the way open. Yeah, Rocky's eyes are scratched. We got to fix that.
Yeah, even
I don't know why.
Even after painting it, it still did.
How about the eyelids? Are they scratched too?
I don't think so. I think
we
they look
took,
okay.
We took care of that part when you found that staple.
Yeah. The staple was the problem with that, but the eye's still going back and forth. I think it's scratching on the wood because there's wood
Probably.
inside of his mask. So I think that's probably what it's scratching on.
Yeah.
Santa breaking it down.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, got a wide shot of this. We had to play this song a couple of times to get the shots because this is all edited together.
Oh, this is a great shot.
That shot I love. I love that. Just play the Polar Express music over that. Yeah, we put Henrietta's necklace back on in case you didn't notice. We had that lying around. She used to wear that in like 2013, 2014 when she had that other dress on, and we just saved it, and I thought, let me put it back on. Yeah, we edited the songs.
That was on tune again.
Yeah, that was perfect. We did that twice. The first time we did it, you were a little off a little bit because, you got to find the notes and you got to keep up with Hank. But the second time we did it, we got it. But we had to do it twice.
Yeah. And Andrew...
Because it's only silent for a second, and you don't know when he's about to play.
You don't know. That's right. Yeah, because you were facing the other way with him behind you. Yeah. Yeah, this was, I think, the best Christmas edition that we did.
Yeah, look, there.
Yep.
Once again, I will add the N to your last name next time. And I did it again. Yes. I will definitely. It's Corson. Corson.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what you about to say, Andrew?
Yeah, I think the next time, okay, if we do 5.0, and the reason I say if is because we never know if we're going to be open for Christmas or not.
Right.
It's always a last minute thing. But if we are open for Christmas, 5.0, we might do other things next year. Like maybe we'll bring the VHS thing back. Maybe we'll do recordings. Maybe we'll have a couple camera guys, so we can get a couple different shots at one.
Special for next year, because it's going to be the 30th anniversary of those.
Exactly. Next year's going to be the 30th anniversary, so we might have something to do. We might have more shots to get, more camera people. We'll come up with more Christmas stuff if we'd like to do it. Because there's plenty of ideas we could do. We just didn't have enough time. Next year we'll have some time if we open up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was great. This picture I love. Yeah, I had to take the end of Rudolph. We opened it up like Rudolph. We're ending it like Rudolph. Yeah, that worked out perfectly. Yeah. Now, this thing coming up, this YouTube sign, this I found, because this is what you normally see on TV in between programs. You see the logo, and then next program starts. Next yeah. Yeah, and it's like it was recorded off of TV. Like, here's Christmas Vacation. Here's the next show. Here we go. Christmas Vacation. Yep, I wonder if people were watching this, did they say, "Oh, is Christmas Vacation going to come up next?" He put that in with it? No, I didn't. I couldn't. It would get taken down. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, this is Man and Dog Christmas Edition 4.0 commentary. I'm Andrew Boylan.
I'm Ian McGill.
And I'm Alex Corson.
Thanmes for listening, guys. And
in the meantime, let's grab some popcorn and watch Christmas Vacation.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's watch some Christmas films.
Oh, come on! The tape ran out! Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.